The Ascent stands out as one of the most practical options on the three-row SUV market, but wait to see what the next year's model is bringing to the table. Like any other model in the class, this one also has a couple of weak spots, but with the 2026 update, this changes drastically, because the 2026 Subaru Ascent solves every owner complaint. Let's take a look. Hybrid is coming. The list of major updates starts under the hood because Subaru finally brings an alternative to the gas-only option. The 2.4-liter turbocharged engine is a great unit without a doubt, but it simply can't fight the competition alone these days of massive electrification. Thankfully, it's getting backup, and that backup changes everything. The 2026 Ascent Hybrid is real, and it's packing serious heat. We're talking about a completely new powertrain that borrows heavily from Toyota's playbook, specifically the system found in the Highlander and Grand Highlander Hybrid. This isn't some half-hearted electrification attempt. Subaru took the 2.5-liter four-cylinder, gave it the Atkinson cycle treatment, and paired it with electric motors for a combined output that crushes the old setup. The numbers tell the whole story. While the current 260-horsepower turbocharged engine hits its way to 60 miles per hour in 6.9 seconds, the hybrid system is targeting over 270 horsepower with instant electric torque that is expected to offer even quicker acceleration. But here's the kicker. Fuel economy jumps from a mediocre 20 miles per gallon city to an estimated 31 miles per gallon combined. That's Prius territory in a three-row SUV. Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive stays untouched, which means you're getting genuine mechanical grip instead of the electronic band-aids other manufacturers use. The hybrid system doesn't compromise the Ascent's snow-eating capabilities. It enhances them with precise power delivery that makes winter driving feel effortless. Wilderness and works. But Subaru wasn't content with just fixing the powertrain issues. They looked at the success of the Forester, Outback, and Crosstrek Wilderness models and asked the obvious question, why doesn't the Ascent get the same treatment? The Ascent Wilderness is coming, and it's everything adventure families have been begging for. While the current Onyx edition tries to look rugged with black plastic cladding, the Wilderness takes things seriously. We're talking about increased ground clearance that transforms the Ascent from a suburban cruiser into a legitimate trail machine. The upgrades go way beyond cosmetics. Expect all-terrain tires that can handle anything from mountain trails to beach sand. Skid plates protect the vulnerable bits underneath. Enhanced X-Mode programming gives you even more control in challenging terrain. The suspension gets tuned for off-road capability without sacrificing on-road comfort. But here's where it gets interesting. The Wilderness model might be the perfect candidate for that hybrid powertrain. Imagine having instant electric torque for rock crawling combined with the efficiency to extend your adventure range. The electric motors provide precise low-speed control that makes technical terrain feel manageable. The styling follows the proven Wilderness formula: copper-colored accents, aggressive bumpers, and a stance that screams capability. This isn't about looking tough in the mall parking lot. The Ascent Wilderness is engineered for families who actually use their gear instead of just buying it. Current Ascent owners have been vocal about wanting more capability, and the Wilderness delivers exactly that. No more choosing between family space and adventure capability. The Ascent Wilderness gives you both without compromise. New instrument cluster. Those mechanical improvements set the stage perfectly for what Subaru did inside the cabin, and this is where current owners will feel the biggest difference. The interior that felt dated the day it launched gets a complete overhaul that brings the Ascent into the modern era. The star of the show is the massive 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster that debuted in the new Outback. This isn't just a bigger screen, it's a complete rethinking of how drivers interact with their vehicle. The display can switch between multiple layouts depending on your needs. Want traditional analog gauges? Done. Prefer a minimalist setup? You got it. Planning a navigation-heavy road trip? The map-focused layout puts everything front and center. But the real game changer is the new eyesight visualization mode. The screen can highlight the road ahead, showing you exactly what the safety systems are seeing in real time. Nearby vehicles, lane markings, potential hazards, everything gets displayed with crystal clarity. It turns the advanced safety features from invisible helpers into an interactive experience that builds confidence. The dashboard design follows Subaru's new philosophy of functional elegance. Materials get a notable upgrade with soft-touch surfaces, replacing the hard plastics that made the current interior feel cheap. The 11.6-inch infotainment screen remains, but it's integrated better into the overall design, instead of looking like a tablet stuck to the dash. Seating comfort addresses another major owner complaint. The first two rows get redesigned seats with better support and more adjustment options. Even the third row, historically a punishment zone, receives attention with improved padding and slightly more space. It's still best suited for kids, but at least they won't file complaints with child services. Storage solutions multiply throughout the cabin because Subaru finally understood that families need places to put their stuff. Those legendary 19 cup holders remain, but they're joined by better organized storage compartments that actually make sense. The center console gets deeper, door pockets expand, and hidden storage areas appear in clever locations. Engine and specs. The foundation for all these improvements rests on powertrain changes that completely transform the Ascent's character. While the hybrid steals headlines, even the base gasoline engine gets meaningful updates that address owner frustrations. The 2.4-liter turbocharged four-cylinder carries over, but with notable refinements. Output remains at 260 horsepower and 277 pound-feet of torque, but the delivery becomes smoother and more refined. Subaru's engineers focused on reducing the noise and harshness that made the current engine sound agricultural under load. The CVT transmission gets an update too, with new programming that eliminates the rubber band effect current owners hate. The system now feels more responsive to throttle inputs and does a better job of keeping the engine in its power band. Paddle shifters provide manual control for those who want more engagement. All-wheel drive remains standard across the lineup because that's non-negotiable for Subaru. The symmetrical all-wheel drive system gets enhanced with the hybrid's electric motors, providing precise torque distribution. X-Mode receives additional programming for different terrain types, making the system more versatile than ever. Towing capacity holds steady at 5,000 pounds, which covers most family needs without breaking the drivetrain. The hybrid system actually improves towing efficiency by providing electric assist during the most demanding situations. Safety excellence. But those performance and interior upgrades mean nothing if your family isn't protected, and this is where Subaru's reputation for safety engineering truly shines. The 2026 Ascent builds on the rock-solid foundation that earned the three-row SUV the top safety pick status from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety and a perfect 5-star overall rating from NHTSA. Subaru's EyeSight suite comes standard on every Ascent, and it's not the basic package you get with some competitors. We're talking about forward and reverse collision warning, automatic emergency braking in both directions, pedestrian and cyclist detection, and adaptive cruise control that actually works smoothly. Lane departure warning, lane keep assist, and lane centering assist turn highway driving into a stress-free experience, while blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic alert handle the situations where other drivers try to ruin your day. The safety tech goes beyond the obvious stuff. Adaptive headlights with automatic high beams ensure you can actually see where you're going, while the rear seat alert system reminds you to check for kids or pets before walking away from the vehicle. Available upgrades include driver attention monitoring that knows when you're getting drowsy, a surround view camera system that eliminates blind spots, and a rear camera mirror that streams a crystal clear view of what's behind you directly to your rearview mirror. This isn't just about meeting safety standards, it's about creating a protective cocoon that gives parents peace of mind during every single drive. Release date and price. The timing couldn't be better for current Ascent owners considering an upgrade. Production of the 2026 Ascent begins later this year, with the first models hitting dealers soon after. Pricing starts around $42,000 for the base gasoline model, representing a modest increase over the outgoing version. Of course, the hybrid will command a premium, with estimates pointing to a $50,000 starting price for the most affordable electrified version. The Wilderness trim, when it arrives, will slot in around $48,000 for the gasoline version. Those price points position the Ascent competitively against rivals like the Toyota Highlander and Honda Pilot, while offering standard all-wheel drive that many competitors charge extra for. The hybrid pricing matches Toyota's strategy, making efficiency accessible without requiring a massive financial leap. The 2026 Subaru Ascent represents everything current owners wished their vehicles could be. Efficient powertrains, refined interiors, enhanced capability, and modern technology finally come together in a package that doesn't force compromises. Subaru listened to every complaint and responded with solutions instead of excuses. But will these updates be enough to improve relatively modest sales figures, considering that the competition is shaping up as well? Check out this video about the upcoming next-generation 2026 Kia Telluride, which you can now see on the screen. Kia's three-row SUV is coming with important novelties that will make it an even more competitive option on the market.